So we'll be discussing expiry trading on mainly on Bank Nifty. Uh, some of the expiry tradings have taken trades in Nifty also. So I'll cover those trades also in brief. But I am not expert on that. I've just started doing expiry trading in Nifty also. But I've been doing this expiry trading on Bank Nifty for the past 2 years, and I'm very comfortable with Bank Nifty, even though the movements are quite big and wild, and there are big spikes, but still I'm able to manage anyhow. So, so there's a disclaimer first. Whatever information I am sharing here is confidential. System and strategies described here are still under development stages. You are required to do your own research and due diligence. Your success with this content is entirely dependent upon your actions. So, see, in any trade, main thing is how you execute the trade. Whether you are placing market order, limit order, at what time you're placing the trade, when the market is moving up and down, and that time if you are entering, there may be big slippages. If price difference is more between bid and ask, so it depends mainly on execution first. You can make your strategy, follow your strategy, but you'll have to become expert in execution part. That execution part comes with the practice only. You have to practice with minimum lots, minimum quantity, and then accordingly you can scale up your quantity. So information provided here is shall not be construed as solicitation or recommendation to execute orders. I am just sharing what trades I am taking, how I am doing expiry trading. Now, based on this information, you can take your own decision. You alone are solely responsible for the execution selection of orders for trading. So, risk associated with options trading. Options trading, especially this options selling, is very, very risky. So, past performance is not indicative of future results. You may do back testing, but still, you may find your trades will go into loss for the same strategy for which it has given better results in the past. Options involve substantial risks and are not suitable for all traders investors. Before you decide to trade in the options market, you should carefully consider your objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a substantial loss in options buying, selling. Leverage allows us the ability to enter into a position worth many times the account value with a relatively small amount of money. This leverage can work with you as well as against you. Trading involves significant risk of loss and may not be suitable for all investors. Most importantly, do not invest money you cannot afford to lose. So first thing is you allocate capital. You are not depending on that capital. You are doing a business with that capital, and that capital you can afford to lose. And do not ever take loan for building up this capital. You have to learn first and build your own capital from this trading only. So there are rules for expiry trading. You have to do the pre-market analysis, setting up of strikes in watch list, trade setup basics, chart setup and analysis. So one day prior to the expiry, you have to carry out your analysis. You have to see what are the option premiums and what is the open interest on call side and put side. You have to see total open interest on call side and put side. And when the day starts, how is the COI is building up, change in option open interest is building up. You have to observe that minutely. So by seeing that open interest, you can get some idea in which range the market will operate. Of course, it will break open interest levels also, and many people they lose money because of that. They stick to that open interest levels and they have to run for the cover if the market breaks that level. We have to trade as per the open interest, but we have to take risk management into consideration. So we'll cover this. First of all, first I will cover this expiry trading on the basic setup. Many people in this webinar are new, maybe new, they may not have done expiry trading earlier. So there is a basic setup how you sell options in the starting. Then slowly you build your position. Slowly you can take orders, place orders as per the open interest. Open interest is like, what other traders are doing, where they are holding the position. So that holds the key. So I'll explain those things in detail in the next slide also, next PPT. This one I'll cover the basic setup first. So we will sell OTM options only in the basic setup. Sell OTM options on both sides. So start selling options after 9:20. First 5 minutes market is quite volatile. It may move up and down. So during that period is slightly risky to enter. Once you are comfortable, you know how much movement is taking place, you can enter before 9:20 also. So first sell ATM. How you start? You stay away from ATM first, very far from ATM, because you don't know which direction market will move. So you can start with plus minus 500 OTM. But premium should be at least, nowadays as per the market, should be at least more than 5. Earlier I used to keep it as 1.95 premiums, very low. So do not sell any option if the premium is less than 5. And later on in the last half of the expiry, you can sell for 1.9 also, 2 rupees also, even 1 rupee also. Means after 3 o'clock, after 3:15. So if you have a capital, you can even trade after 3:15 also. So sell ATM plus minus 300 OTM options. So this is your main strike, like 1000 quantity. So this is your main strike. You are putting your main quantity in this strike, but it's not necessary you have to place order for full 1000 quantity. You start with 100, 200 on C side, P side, slowly build up the position. I will show you how I build up my position, but this is the basics of this. So then 40% of that quantity you can sell at a plus minus 200 OTM options. This is a limited quantity you have to sell, because this is the strike which will be hit first. So this should be, I keep it 40% of the strike which is away from ATM. So keep a watch on ATM plus minus 200 option strikes. So these strikes you keep a option, keep a watch on these. So so if the market moves in one direction, then what you do? Then you have to change your position accordingly. So if your strike is within the 125 points of the ATM, then you'll have to square off that strike, because when the ATM is near that strike may become ATM very soon. Once it becomes ATM, the premium will shoot up like anything. So 125 points away, you have to remain from ATM at all the times. So once you close one side, and supposing market has moved up, so you have to close C, then you have to open opposite side option strike. So market has moved away from the P's which you are holding, because it has gone up. It is hitting the C's. So you open a opposite side on P side and increase quantity on opposite side. Opposite side means market is going up. It is hitting the call side. Call side is under trouble now. It is getting affected. Its premium is rising. You have to square off the strike which comes between 125 points of the ATM. You have to close that strike, and that opposite side P side you have to add one strike and the increased quantity on the other P's which you have already taken position earlier. So during this period you will come to know some strikes will become worthless. Now market is moving up very far. P side strike will become less than 0.4 or 1, even 1 nowadays. Even at 1 also we close off, because premiums are high. In those days our premiums were very low earlier. So then roll in your position. So at around 1 premium you can just square off that strike and shift your quantity to the other strike, inner strike. So if the market is continuously moving in one direction, say upwards, reduce quantity of C's and close near strikes. So if it is moving downwards, reduce quantity of P's and close near strikes. If the market spikes up, square off near C strike. If the market drops down, square off near P strikes. Carry out adjustment as per the movement of the market. Close your trade if your MTM shows 2% loss. So if there is a bad day and your position is continuously going into loss, there is no point in fighting them. Then you can carry out trading on another day. If 2% if you reach, better to close. So analyze the NSE option chart. This analysis is very important. You have to carry out analysis on the previous day. From the NSE option chart, you can come to know the range in which market is likely to remain in during the expiry day. Note down the maximum OI data on both sides. So on the C side, see where is the maximum OI data, and P side you see what is the maximum OI data. So you can enter your position as per the OI data also. One strike away from the maximum OI data is considered as a safe strike, and both sides you can take. Early part of the expiry you can start like this, one strike away from the max OI data. Note down the OTM strikes up to plus minus 500 of ATM. Premium of 1.5 and above is tradable. You can do your own calculation as per the brokerage you are paying to the broker. So with 1.5 premium also you will definitely be able to earn some profit from this. So previous day we check SGX Nifty price. Big movement has taken place in SGX Nifty. Then this range will definitely it will definitely break out from that range. If SGX Nifty is showing plus 100, plus 200, plus 150, so there are chances that this range may be broken on the expiry day. So check world markets, what has happened in the world market, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, other Asian markets. Look out for any upcoming news. So in this manner, you can plan your expiry because some events are going to take place. Is going to have a volatile expiry. So you may end up in a big loss. So from all this, if you come to get an idea, the market will be trending up. So then you can sell more P's quantity wise. Follow same rules, but you can sell more P's. If you have get an idea, market will be trending down, sell more C's. In this case, even if your view is wrong, you may not incur a big loss or any loss in this case because maintaining the levels also. So in this manner, you can plan your trades. So here you can see in the watch list, like you should have these strikes in your watch list at least. Up both sides, like up to 2 rupees and this side up to 4 rupees. You should have these strikes in your watch list. Because when you are taking the trade, you have to enter. Suddenly you want to change your position. All this should be there in your watch list. This preparation you have to do before the market starts. So in the morning when you are taking a trade, so this is at 200 points away. 200 points away. Here I have taken 300 points away because the premium here was very high. So this is quite almost equal to this. So 400 quantity. Our main quantity is this 800. Actually 800. Here 15, 15. This is the main quantity you can enter. But since beyond this also premiums are high, you can enter quantity here also. Main trade is this 15.88, 15.44, and 40-50% is one side inside. So that's the basic trade, how you start. So here the market is at 31,300. So in the morning when you are taking, what trade we have taken is like this: 31,600, 31,000. Means you are 300 points away from the ATM. 300 points away from the ATM. So this is at 24, this is at 25. So here, since you are at 300 points away, I had said you can take 40% to at 200 points away. But since the premiums are quite high at these two strikes, there is no point in taking the risk of taking these two strikes. These are 200 points away, but it is risky to take these two strikes. So in such a day when you are already getting a good premium at 300 points away, just keep your quantity at that level only. So as the market progresses, 9:30 it is down here, it moves up. So this is the range for me. This is the range. If the market comes out of this pink area, it means you have to take action on this strike or this strike. You have to take some action. So here at this level, now market is in the range. Then I have added some quantity at 200 points away also. This is around between 11 and 11:30. So I have added this 400 quantity as I said. So on this side, P side, I have added more quantity because it looks market may go up, because previous to this it's going up continuously, it's going up. So I have blanked this area off. We don't know what is going to happen in here, but we can take trade like this. You can take equal quantity here, or you can change quantity as per your view. So now from here, see, continuously market has gone up. From here I had picked up the view it will go up, so I had taken more quantity of PE here. Now as it goes up, we are adding quantity here on PE side. We are increasing quantity here. Now this is almost becoming worthless. Here at 4.3 I have closed off this strike. At 3.7 here I have closed this strike. There's no point in keeping quantity here. Let us shift quantity here near to this. So now we are at 12:30. Book profit here, and now we are at this level and this level. Nothing has been done on C side so far because it is more than around 200 points away from this level. So here what happens is I have increased the quantity to 2000 and this 1000, and so now we are at 2 o'clock. So I have decided to take one strike here also. Even though this is quite near to this, we are at 400 and this is at 500. But it is a still high premium. You can enter with limited quantity. Here the quantity is 2400, here quantity is 1000. This 1000 is from here, it has come here to 3 rupees. I am not squaring off this still, because if I square off, I'll have to shift quantity here, and there are chances market may go up. From this trend, you can make out market is going up. So we are maintaining these two. Just to make a balance, we have taken some more quantity here. So be ready anytime market spikes up, you have to reduce these two quantities. Don't do anything on this side. First, these will be getting affected. These two will be getting affected. So now what has happened here, the spike came. Here the spike came. Here I have increased quantity to 2000. Means basically this quantity I have 1000 is shifted to here. This is 1000 quantity is closed at 2.8. And that 1000 is added here. Because the spike came here, there are chances it may go up. And this one which was taken at 29.4, this was at 26.57. It spiked to 31.57. Here I have squared it off. This is blue, which means I have squared it off. Means you have booked a loss in this strike. No problem. Because if you hold on this strike, it may lead to bigger loss. But since this we are closing it off, you have to take one strike here on P side. It can come down, it can affect this also. But to maintain a balance with this, supposing it keeps moving here, so it will hit this strike also. But you have to maintain balance by taking P side. So next what happens? Next what happens is it comes down. When it comes down, you have to re-enter this strike. And this comes down and you have to square off this strike here. First it was reduced to 600. Then it has hit the strike. Now we are end of the expiry, 1500. Now at 1500 you are maintaining a balance, like you can maintain a balance 100 points away from ATM. At that point what we are seeing is we are not seeing these premiums. These will definitely become zero. What we are seeing is total of these two premiums. Total of these two premiums. We have to maintain, like this total is 33 here. You have to just maintain 33. It should not increase more than 33. So whichever side it is hitting, you square off. But other side, you increase the quantity. Now when this came down here, 11 became 14. From this, I have increased quantity to 3000. So the loss which has come here, you are getting a gain here. So this 3000 quantity was taken at 15 and it went to 0.45. This was booked at 0.40. This was booked at 3.15. And then here also, again you can re-enter. This you had squared off. Again you can re-enter. You know market is here. So either it will go this side or this side. If you're maintaining both sides, you can maintain. So here 11.38 I entered and I exited at 1.05. So market will move up and down. Accordingly, you have to change your strike. You have to move. So this is how the trade took place on this expiry. About this chart now at this stage, anybody wants to ask anything?
Amrik ji,
Haji.
this is Bala. So in this setup, you are not keeping any stop losses in the system, right? You are just adding the positions and watching the chart and maintaining the distance, adjusting the premiums, moving up and down, and so things like that. But we are not keeping any stop loss, right?
Yeah, we are not keeping any stop loss, but once you are near the market and your premium is say in single digit, say 9 rupees or 18 rupees, okay, I square it off, once that single digit premium becomes 17. At some of the strikes, I keep stop loss at the end of the market, like, after 2 o'clock, after 2:30 only, not before that. Before that, position can be managed. Supposing even if you hits your strike, it can be managed. Supposing sudden spike comes and C goes into big loss, just square off that C. Whatever point it hits, you just square off that C. And when the market returns back, you have to re-enter in that C again. So I follow this rule. Normally single digit strikes, if they are hit badly, you can run into very big loss. So those strikes I generally square it off at 17, but I don't keep any stop loss in the system. On expiry day, spike will take and it will come back. Some of the expiries, it may so happen the spike may be very big, option freeze may take place, you may run into big losses, but you have to balance, you have to recover it from the other side. Supposing up spike has come, C is hit badly, you have to recover from P side. That is the only way. Keeping a stop loss, it will keep hitting the stop loss and it will give you loss first. So here in this expiry, nothing big has happened. This was quite smooth. Is it clear, Bala?
Yeah, got it. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, that's what we have seen. I mean, if you keep stop loss in the system, sometimes it goes, and there is a spike, right? It goes up, just hits the stop loss, and then reverses back. So there is that risk also. So we have to keep monitoring the chart continuously, and then there is some action to be taken. Then either you add more positions on the opposite side, or roll up, or roll down, or square up.
Or you can re-enter afterwards.
To keep doing some action.
Yes, you have to take action.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
This is the